We are buzzing for the AFCON Cup of Nations 2025 that will be held in Morocco. But today we are kicking off the tournament with Morocco against Comoros. The game is kicking off at 9 p.m. Central African time. So my name is Patrice. Welcome to the show. And today we are talking about some of the changes that are coming up at the CAF confederations, which were delivered yesterday actually by Dr. Patrice Motsepe on the press conference, telling all us African that what is going to happen in the African Cup of Nations. So the good news is, this is your chance if you never won an AFCON or if you ever come close to winning an AFCON, because now we are going to have 3 AFCONs in a space of 3 years. So it's going to be nice. This is the AFCON that we're having now in Morocco, 2025. 2027, we're going to have another AFCON, which is the last one of the 2 AFCON every year. And then 2028, we will have another AFCON as well. So the changes yesterday were, we're going to have AFCON now in every 4 years. And you remember when we were talking about some of the issues that are facing our players that are based in Europe to come and play for their nations in the African Cup of Nations. This is the video I actually posted in my channel when I was talking about, and one of the suggestions were like, what if maybe we make the AFCON every 4 years? The solution was like, maybe if it's happening every 4 years, the clubs won't have a problem by releasing players every 4 years, because it doesn't come too often, like where you have to release your players every two years. So that's what Dr. Patrice Motsepe told us yesterday, that it's going to happen in the CAF confederations, that we're going to have AFCON every 4 years, and starting on the 2028, that means the following one after that will be 2032. So now we will have the AFCON the same year as the Euros. I think it's going to work out for some of the issues that we have, our African players that are based in Europe. And then we have the new tournament that is coming in Africa as well. It's a CAF Nations League. And I think it's something that look like a UEFA Nations League, where the European countries are playing against each other. And also in Africa, it's going to be things like that. And I'm sure it's going to be the League A and League B. Some of the top teams will play amongst each other. The good thing that I like about that is just that it's going to help our African teams actually gain more numbers and points in terms of FIFA rankings. Because if you look at Europe, the way they're doing it, Europe is playing against Europe. So if England is playing against Kosovo or Armenia or Iceland, they're beating those guys. Obviously, their numbers in terms of the points that they are accumulating in the FIFA rankings will put them on the top 10 because they've been winning those games. So that's what their cheat code. So I think when we're taking that, I was kind of like, okay, I'm happy with that, because I think now it's going to be a thing of we looking at all the African nations and we uplift the guys, especially the lower nations that don't get a chance to play in the AFCON. Now it will be their chance actually to play for something that is more like a second prize if you didn't win an AFCON. And I think a good thing about all of this, Dr. Patrice Motsepe mentioned that there will be a 43% increase in the prize money of AFCON, which means now AFCON is going to be more competitive. And I mean, it's not like it wasn't competitive, but I think if you're winning an AFCON and you're going to be a holder for 4 years and you have a lot of money that you're taking in the bank, and I think it's going to be now harder to win. It's going to be one of those things where you find teams now are fighting hard to win the tournament, because now you know that if you don't win it now, you're not going to win it in 2 years' time. You still have to wait for 4 years, and then you come back, you defend it, or you try to win it if you didn't win it. So I think when you're looking at those changes, I think I like them, because I think maybe it will kind of like have a relief on our players. Because I know African players always want to come and play in the AFCON, but now because they are based in Europe and the countries in teams in Europe are saying they are the ones that are paying the salary, which they are true. It's true actually, because they are the ones that's paying the salary of the players. So I think going forward, this is going to be a nice thing. And then on the Nations League will be divided according to regions of like North Africa, East, West, and then Southern Africa as well. So, but the top teams will play against each other, which is a good thing though, because I think if the top teams are playing against each other, we'll see more games where stadiums will be sold out. Because if Nigeria is playing Egypt, it's going to be like a good game. Everyone will want to watch that. And they say they're going to fix some of the television rights when it comes to the Nations League, because I think it's been a problem with the African football, where you find people can't even watch World Cup qualifiers, AFCON qualifiers, but we can come all the way to watch the AFCON, African Cup of Nations, which is a good step. I think since Patrice Motsepe took over, it's been a good thing actually for African football, because it's been going on the right direction. First of all, it just said everyone will have an access to watch the African Cup of Nations. It was a free to air, and then now it's introducing these changes that are going to help the African football going forward. So I think now, if you haven't won African Cup of Nations, you have a chance in these 3 years to make sure that you come back with the same squad that you have now. If you are building, this is your chance. So yeah, these are the changes that are happening in the CAF, and I think I'm excited about some of the changes. And if you're not excited, you can tell me down in the comment and tell me, what do you think? Do you like the changes that the CAF are introducing in African football, or you are against them? If you're against them, tell me why. And if you like them, why do you like them? And make sure that you subscribe, you like, and then we'll talk on another video. Bye.